You guys ever sit at home and be like, man, wish I could make my own jig. Wish I could put my own touch on it. Wish it had this size hook. Wish it had this size head. Man, I wish my jig skirt was this color. That would probably work. Yeah, I think about that a lot, but the cool thing is I can do all that because I'm all set up to do it. And after you guys watch this video, you're gonna be all set up to do it so you can do it yourself. But the first thing I need you guys to do, because it helps me more than anything, because I'm about to show you tons of tricks and how easy this is to make your own stuff at the house and save a ton of money. I need you guys to hit the subscribe button. It's like right here in the video. So hit that subscribe button, go down there, hit the little red button, so that way you see all my videos. Go back and watch some of the other cool videos, tournament videos, fish catches, all that, and comment below and let me know what you guys think about this video. All right, stay tuned. All right, guys, we're gonna see if we can get this camera angle and everything all set up. And we're gonna turn some nasty old weights and stuff. And you can take old weights, get these at yard sales or just people getting rid of stuff. You might even have some old stuff. And we're gonna turn it into pretty jigs and drop shot baits. Save a little bit of money. Plus, I just like to tinker. So step one, you're like, what am I gonna need to get started on making my own terminal tackles, what we'll call it, you know, jigs, drop shots, basically anything that has lead in it. You're gonna need your melting pot. This is a Lee melting pot. I think I paid 70 bucks for this, and this thing works absolutely amazing, and I've probably had it for like 2 or 3 years. Obviously, you're going to need some sort of lead. Lots of times, I'll just get old lead like this. That's a big, huge 5-ounce deep sea weight, I guess is what you would call that. I don't know what all you would use that for, honestly. I'm sure it has a use. But think about that. That's 5 ounces. So that's 10 half-ounce jigs right there that you can turn that into. So you get a whole bag of these things. It goes a long way. You'd be surprised. So, probably want eye protection and some gloves. I'm not going to do that. You know, I like to live on the edge. Probably shouldn't. Eye protection would probably be a very good idea. And gloves if you don't want to get burned. But, and then whatever mold you want. Whatever mold you like. I got a couple different ones. Just get the stuff that you know you use. Don't go buy a bunch of weird molds that you don't already throw. Like that mold right there. I got it for multiple reasons. I can use this as a swim bait head. It also has a place for a weed guard, so I can use it as a swim jig, put a skirt on it. I can use this, it's got a good flat bottom, so I can use it as a flipping and pitching jig also. So I like the versatile multi-use molds that I can use for multiple different things. Drop shots. I use a drop shot. There's always one on my boat tied on. Always. So I wanted that mold. I've got football head jigs, which obviously I threw that a ton. Shaky head jigs, all that kind of stuff. So whatever you use the most of is what you're going to want to use, obviously. That's what you're going to want to get. So the longest part of this is going to be getting our pot all warmed up so that all of that lead that's in there turns to liquid. So with the magic of video editing, you guys don't have to wait on that. So here's another really cool reason basically that you can make your own jigs instead of buying them. Say you want a 3/8 ounce jig but you want a 2/0 hook, or you want a 5/0 hook, and the only thing you can ever find is a 4/0. So that's the cool thing, is you can go buy these. This right here, that's a 50 pack, and those are 5/0 hooks. And see, I can use that in pretty much anything. Like this right here, this is a 3/8 ounce swim jig head with a 5/0 hook. So if you wanted to put a 2/0 in there, you could. So that you can mix it up, you can make it your own and make it exactly how you want it. Same thing with the football heads, the shaky heads. I can make a shaky head with a 1/8 ounce head and a 5/0 hook, which is almost impossible to find in the stores. So it makes, you know, you can customize your own stuff, which is kind of cool. So I'm not Bill Nye the Science Guy, but you probably should wear a mask or have some ventilation too. So I'm in a pretty open area. I got the door open on the man cave here, or the tackle cave or whatever. But make sure it's a very well ventilated area. I'm not sure how much vapors melting lead puts off, but you probably shouldn't inhale it straight. So just a fair warning for that too. All right, guys. So now we've got molting hot, dripping lead, which you do not want to touch. That will completely ruin your day. But let me show you guys how easy this is to do. Basically, you take your mold, pick out which one you want to do for, let's see if we can get a better view here. I use drop shot 90% of the time, a 3/16. To make it quicker, you can do multiple sizes at a time. Like, now I gotta find my 3/16. Gotta find it. 3/16 right there. So I can do a 3/16. Just put your little clip in there. That's what holds your line. A 3/16 and a 5/16. And now that we got our lead hot, we can turn it down a little bit. Just close that up. Find your holes. Boom. Oh, one tool I didn't tell you guys. A good pair of side cutters. Because when you pull this out, let me get this up here. When you pull this out, it's going to look like that. And it's going to have a whole lot of extra on the bottom. And all you got to do is take your side cutters. Boom. Cut that off. You have a perfect drop shot weight. And what I like about these more than anything on this mold is it says the size on it. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's probably hard to read, but it says 5/16 right there. So when you go digging through your drop shot box, you're going to know what size you have. And that piece that we cut off, which I almost just grabbed with my hands, which would have been a horrible idea, you can just boom, back in the pot, and it melts it right back down. So that was our 5/16, and there's our 3/16. And the same thing, cut that bottom part off, and your drop shot is done. And that cost about maybe 5 cents, probably not even 5 cents to make. I mean, honestly, really just cost whatever that little hanger costs, and you buy those by the 100. All right, guys, so in a matter of like 2 minutes, I've made those drop shot weights, 5/16 and 3/16, my two favorite sizes. So now we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on to that swim jig, swim head, whatever you want to call it. It's got a place for a weed guard, so we're gonna move on to that. So let me put this down here, so possibly you guys can see what's going on. Probably not, but let's hope so. So that jig, it's actually called, from Do It Molds, the Poison Tail Jig. So it's got 3 different sizes that you want to go with. Just set you guys up so you can see. It's got an 1/8, a 1/4, and a 3/8. And I like the big hook. So I've got the 5/0 hooks that's going to go in there. And whether you're making this a swim bait or a jig, you do the same thing. You put that in there, and then you put your little stopper. Now this creates the hole for the weed guard. So if you want to make it a jig, or if you want to make it a weedless swim bait or whatever, but that goes right in there and creates your hole for that. But what we have to do, this mold's still cold, so we're going to cheat and warm it up so that the lead flows through there way better. And you can also get these stalactites, stalagmites, I don't know. Put that right back in there and it melts too. So you don't have a lot of waste. But we're going to get our hook in here. And your jigs, unlike your drop shots where you make it and you're pretty much done. I mean, if you wanted to powder coat them black or something, you could. But there's a whole lot more customization. You can customize these a whole lot more than the drop shots. As far as powder coating with the heads, weed guards, jig, whatever you want to do. Let's just make one. The first one never works. So let's see. Huh. That's surprising. So that came out perfect, which never happens on the first try normally. So that's your bait. We're going to trim that off just like we did on the drop shots, and we'll take that out. Pop this out while it's still hot. And snip this off. If you wanted to get real fancy, like if you're going to sell them or something, you can take a little file. It's like music. All right, stick to my day job. And boom, you smooth that all out, so then it looks all nice and pretty. Let's try a different camera angle for this one. So now you can get creative. I mean, you could have got creative before and put different size hooks and all that stuff in there. But now you can decide what color. Now you need to make up your mind. Basically, is it going to be a flipping and pitching jig? Is it going to be a swim jig? Is it just going to be a swim head? Because if you want to leave it as a swim head, honestly, you can just leave it silver, throw some eyes on it, and rock out. But for all purposes, let's make this a jig. So we're going to turn this into a jig. Basically, you just take that same thing. This is your powder paint, which make sure it's all soft. And just take your jig head and get this fancy flame tool again. And boom. You just want to get this real hot. And this jig, when we're done, this would be just like a $5 jig or $6 jig that you're going to buy in the store. And you just made it for, I don't know, 50 cents, 25 cents total if you buy all this stuff in bulk. So the lead's starting to change colors, which means it's hot. It's hot. Just in real quick and swirl. Pull it out, let it dry. While it's still drying, I like to hit it with the heat now. And what that does, it just kind of levels all that powder out. Oh, dude, you filled in your hole. It'll never be weedless. You're wrong, basically. You're wrong. Because the paint will sink into that hole, just like that. And now you let this dry, and you take an 1/8 ounce drill bit, and you drill that hole out so all the powder paint comes out. And it's perfect. Perfect. Little trick of the trade there. So now we have to wait till that dries because that's really hot. So we're going to do something else. So while your baits are hanging here drying, and I went ahead and did a football head too while I was at it, just because I can. It's my channel and my stuff. So I wanted to do a football head and a regular one. But now you can get all creative. See, I've got drawers upon drawers of different color skirts. Now you can buy your skirts pre-banded, so they're already made, and someone's texting me during my video. So they're already made. Boss makes really good ones that are already made, which I think what this is like a bluegill one. Or you can buy you can buy strands and make your own, whatever colors you want, put them together. There's green, I got green pumpkin in there and purple and all kinds of stuff. And your fancy tool is right here. That it's super easy to make your own skirts, any colors you want. I mean, I even got like bright red gaudy stuff. But for the purpose of our video, we're gonna use one that I've already put together and made. It's a green pumpkin blue, which is one of my favorite colors. So whether you're pre-made or you made them, whatever, it don't matter. You want to find, there's a long end and a short end. Long end, short end. The long end always goes down, just like that. So then you just slide this through here and up over your collar without breaking your fingers or stabbing yourself. These collars are really tight, which is good. It won't come off. I got it over one. So much fail. So much fail. It's not supposed to be this hard. It's supposed to be easy. We got it. Just got to work it up over there. It actually has a double collar keeper, which is a pain in the butt. But it works good and it doesn't come back off. So then you're left with that. It's beautiful. And see that hole? We still got to drill that out. Put a dab of super glue in there. And then that thing is all done. That's how easy it is to make your own jigs, guys. So get all the stuff. DoItMolds.com, I think, has all this stuff. Get what you're going to use. It's super easy. Buy some skirts. You can probably go spend $100 on everything to get all set up. To get a mold, get the melting pot, get the jig heads and everything, get the hooks. But you're going to be able to make like 100 jigs. I mean, I've got enough stuff here to legitly make 200 or 300 drop shots, and this jig right here I just made probably cost me, with everything, with the hook and skirt and everything, 50 cents to make. And that, you know, it doesn't have the weed guard yet. I know it's, I'm gonna put a black one on it, but yeah, super easy, guys. So get out, buy your stuff, and check this out. And if you want to see more videos like this, let me know in the comment section. We're gonna do crankbait videos, we're gonna do jig videos, we're going to do all kinds. This is just number one. So let me know. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe. I'm going to put the button right here, or maybe here. I'm really close. So maybe here or here. Probably here. Subscribe to the channel. And thank you guys a ton for watching. I appreciate it. Thank you. Bye.